Hello and a warm welcome to the Daily Dose of Hope by the Offene Kirche Elisabethen, the Open Church St. Elizabeth. My name is Frank, I'm the director of this church and I welcome you to today's Daily Dose of Hope. Lately I found a webinar on the internet by NATAN SCHARANSKI. NATAN SCHARANSKI is a Jewish a Soviet-born Jew in the former Soviet Union. He was held by the KGB for 9 years in prison, out of which 4 years in solitary confinement. So I think that should give him some competence or one or the other insight on our very own confinement due to the COVID-19 virus, the so-called coronavirus. I'd like to share some of these thoughts with you, and I will always pick some of the thoughts by the paper that are behind your back. Well, Nathan proposed some rules for these very scary and sometimes very scarce times. The first is, remind yourself again and again and again why you are where you are. He said, as he lived in a small and dark room with bread and water, he'd remind himself why he was not saying to the KGB who his accomplices was, why he wasn't betraying anybody. And now as you, me, sit sequestered in your homes, we can't lose sight that we are making this effort for everyone's health and safety. Sharansky said it's vital to tell yourself you are in the midst of a very important struggle and everything depends on your behavior. We all should bear in mind how important the restrictions are we have to obey. Nathan used some words that my colleague Monica doesn't like, but I am a soldier myself, so I'd like to use them and I know what they mean. This is a kind of war we're in, and we are all soldiers, and the results depend on how we behave. That's what Nathan says. Second rule, don't plan or pin your hopes on things beyond your control. Nathan realized he couldn't control what his prison guards do or would not do, or how their time frame or service schedule was. He could only depend on what he could do to keep himself engaged and calm. For Nathan, that was playing chess in his head. Really, he developed a method to play chess in his head. He recommends we don't think about what we'll do in the next several weeks or months or wherever things change. We don't know when that will be. Instead, he advised us that we focus on what we can do now. Sing, read, take advantage of online resources, or even playing chess. Maybe read this book you want to read for a long time. I do. Sharansky says, if you focus on events and developments you can't influence, when they don't come to pass, you will become disappointed, even depressed. Create, that's what he recommends, your own world in which everything depends on you and the ones close to you. For example, decide to learn a language. Dance, sing, as he already proposed. Things that you can plan, and you put yourself in a timetable and then you have to try to achieve them. That is a way to get an everyday's routine in these times where every other routine broke away. The next thing is very, very Jewish and I love it. He says, laugh. You have to be able to laugh at everything which is happening to you. As long as you can laugh at your situation, you remain free. Nathan said he liked to share anti-Soviet jokes with his fellow prisoners. And today he notes that the internet is filled with cartoons and jokes, even animal or pet videos. Try to enjoy them and laugh your belly off if you can, even just for a minute. Sharansky says his other entertainment in prison was singing. Well, This is a thing that not all of us can share. He admitted he never could sing in his life because people hated him when he sang. So he said, I sang in my cell and I sang all the time in Hebrew. And his prison guards thought he was crazy. He adds, I don't propose torture your loved ones or those close to you by your singing. But maybe think about what it is you enjoyed before, and then you can do it now because you hadn't had the time when you were busy outside. To put a long story short, realize we are part of a bigger struggle. He realized the challenge that he was in a struggle bigger than himself. He realized it as a struggle for the Jewish people. Well, it is a struggle of all mankind, and we are all in it together. That means you are not alone. A great source of strength was for Nathan that he felt being part of the Jewish people. Well, we are part of mankind's family. We are in this together. We couldn't be scattered around the world and separated from one another. But at the same time, we are one people, connected to a larger history and purpose. So, with this I close for today. Stay protected, stay home, and be blessed. May God be on your side.